Hello and welcome to another episode of Nexus Wars. This was a one-on-one game between the one and only and Mr. Hawk from SCABS. Now, before we begin, I'd like to present to your attention some of the things that were mentioned or said in a chat between him and myself before the game actually began. It was some time ago, so I based that recollection primarily on my memory. Here it goes. Now the thing to watch for is that Hawk has a very particular swing pattern. Now this game was played some time ago, and it was played at a time when things were just in transition before that last update, Legacy of the Void. So even if I select all of my buildings, you see that I can't really show you the progress of my build. But my strategy overall was to build Hydra and to build Immortals in such a manner that Immortals would be slightly ahead of Hydra, and I would swing my mid row when my Immortals and Hydra were in sync. Now on the other hand, Hawk's strategy is somewhat different. He builds mid in a very particular manner, but he never syncs his units, and he utilizes a different swing pattern to sort of stay ahead and stay competitive. Also, one thing to mention is that I didn't upgrade my pylons, while he went for pylon upgrade number 1. So that's the game, and let's see how it goes. Going to speed things up a little bit because, you know, it is what it is. Now, we have a bunch of units here, and he's sending to the bottom. The game just starting out. I explained what my strategy was. Here comes first Archon. There's a tremendous battle going on in the bottom. And you would think that that Archon emo stuff would be somewhat plausible, but you can see that unsync pattern, how it works. You kind of like stall the main wave, let the units catch up, and then you start building up a wave. However, I was ready for this somewhat unusual strategy, so I wasn't really pushing this lane all the time, but what I did is I would swing to make sure that my units were in sync, so that when they would face those unsynced units, they would have a much better chance of actually beating through them and putting him in a worse position. As a result, he has to swing to the top to defend my push, and these unsynced units, they lose the supply. They lose the supply of their units, so they don't have a chance of actually turning. So here it goes. Nuke number 1. In the meantime, you had seen that I haven't nuked, but I was able to turn successfully. Here we have a composition that would, once in sync, would have a very good time dealing with this. That's nuke number 2 for him. Okay. He's going carriers. The same pattern with carriers is that they're gonna be unsynced. I have 3 attack on my Immortals, no upgrades on Hydra. He has no upgrades on the ground. But he then started to upgrade his carriers. That's nuke number 3 or 4. Here's my wave. Small build above units on top. Buildings on the bottom are being destroyed. And somebody's ego had been taught a valuable lesson. Just like that.